Okay, right. Okay,นะครับ. So on the last class, we finished most part of our module number 1 already นะครับ so normally most of the module นะครับ most of the module that we have got in this course, I also have the case studies for you as well, so that you can just like just understand and integrate your knowledge นะครับ together with your classmates นะครับ or teammates ideas นะครับ to just like solving that case studies problem. I'll talk about it next on when we reach that part นะครับ okay, so now let me talk about what to say handout นะครับ of the module 1 that we finished on the last class. okay, just one below นะครับ all right, on the last class นะครับ we talk about the invention of the e-commerce นะครับ during year 1995 to 2000. Hang on, let me just like have a short recap for what we studied. During 1995 นะครับ to 2000, at that time people try to use the internet in order to make the business to be run faster นะครับ than in the past. So they had the sales of simple retail goods นะครับ the time for the companies who would like to sell the products to their end customer นะครับ began at that period of time. By the way, at that time it was not like so popular because of the limited bandwidth and media, and at that time it was a time that we had just like web 1.0 นะครับ generation only, so that means it was one-way communication. The company would, or the business would just like communicate with their customers only when they just like post anything on their website. For example, it might be the information website to introduce their company, or it might be the website to show the product catalogs นะครับ only. And the frequency of updating the information on that period of time was not much, because I mean, like if you had to upload the products in the catalog at that time นะครับ some of the company didn't use like the database to connect to connect to their website. So the way they did were that they just like put the static web นะครับ static web pages instead, by just like setting up the layout of the pictures of their products and the information นะครับ so that's why at that time people could just like updated the website maybe once a month only นะครับ so that means at that time customer couldn't see the updated real-time stock from the company. The things that they would do is that they just see the product catalog only นะครับ if they would like to order, they had to send an email or made a phone call to the company นะครับ to place an order and to ask for the stock availability only. And it was นะครับ the euphoric visions of like this kind of friction-free commerce. Most of the people นะครับ especially for the business, they aim to have the website that information is equally distributed to everybody, to every parties นะครับ transaction costs are low, prices can be dynamically adjusted to reflect actual demand, intermediaries decline, and unfair competitive advantage are eliminated นะครับ at that period of time. By the way นะครับ at that time first movers advantages นะครับ who came first นะครับ could win this game นะครับ by the way it was crash นะครับ around 2000 for the e-commerce .com at that time, because people try to have like their .com website, but actually the first intention of the .com was that the ICANN นะครับ try to just like set up the .com นะครับ domain for the business นะครับor e-business or e-commerce in America only, but in other countries many companies would like to have the .com website as well นะครับ so that's why even though the personal website นะครับ that is not about the commercial at all นะครับ it was a .com as well so that's why there were so many .com websites and it was crashed in 2000 and by the way นะครับ the internet when the internet comes and then in terms of technology the scientists and the engineer try to increase the speed of the internet that made the internet นะครับ to be gradually change นะครับ the way the company runs or conduct the business because people นะครับ try to have a look on the website more and more and more because they thought that okay sometimes if the company นะครับ is far from their place and they would like to see the catalog in case to let the company to send the postal mail for the catalog it took some times so that's why they just like start having a look on the internet for the product catalog more and more นะครับ and for the digital market it start having นะครับ more interesting thing because at that time we try to have the e-business that can sell products or services to people or to our customer in different countries as well so that's why digital market changed the way that company conduct the business some of the companies where which doesn't have or which do not have the stocks and they want to sell the products นะครับ as well they started in this period for example Amazon.com at the very beginning we thought that if we would like to have a bookstore นะครับ the bookstore okay when most of the bookstores นะครับ had its online bookstore during the year 95 to 2000 they just like promote นะครับ the products that they have got นะครับ for example in Thailand if you would like to order the products we can order the books from Pearson นะครับ company as well so that means Pearson Education นะครับ company that is a publisher they didn't sell the book to the end customer directly if you want to contact or if you want to buy some books from Pearson you see from the product catalog in the Pearson website and you have to contact the distributor in your country to buy that product the things that we found was that okay even though it's better but anyway we had to order from our local bookstore anyway so there comes up an idea of Amazon they said that they would like to sell the products to customer นะครับ in other locations apart from their just like state I mean it started from America right so the problem at that time was that if let's say if you are in the West Coast for example if you are in LA ครับ and you would like to order the books from what to say from New York the point that happened was that you had to pay the shipping fee and also it wastes the time นะครับ but I mean like in order to have that book นะครับ sometimes if you try to find a bookstore in LA you don't find this book นะครับ because it might be out of stock the stock might be only in New York only and then if it belongs to different bookstore you never know except you go to just check on that bookstore website the point that in this one นะครับ was the pain point for the book customer the things that Amazon owner try to just like think about was that okay what if Amazon collaborate with the bookstore นะครับ in each area instead of Amazon to hold the stock they don't need to have the stock they use the stock of the local bookstore if let's say if we say that okay we would like to buy a Python book let's say okay at that generation it was C# book okay we just like check the stock on Amazon and we just stated where do we live by just entering zip code Amazon will check นะครับ the local bookstore that collaborate with Amazon นะครับ that just like not far from that zip code first, whether they have the C# book or not. If yes, you can just like order from Amazon.com. You as a customer will never know that where does Amazon get that book from, what bookstore, because when Amazon just like receive your order already, it just like cut the stock of that bookstore and let that bookstore to deliver the goods for you. So that was the way how digital market changed the way companies conduct the business. And at that time, what started from Amazon, many websites didn't need to hold the stock anymore. They can just like collaborate with their business partners, in order to just like provide a stock for the customer instead. Apart from that one, menu cost, search and transaction costs reduced in 1995 to 2000 instead, because people including companies and consumers try to have the the online version of the product catalog or of the menu, and instead of just like using a mobile phone call or telegrams at the time, they just like use email, or they may try to use like the online ordering instead in some website. So that's why this kind of costs were reduced. And when the time goes by, merchants and producers start having the friction-free commerce, because company can access to millions of users or millions of customers. Cost of searching is decreased. Advertisement could be personalized. Producer can dynamically price the product to reflect actual demand, to reflect the actual location and shipping costs that they have to pay. Allow for price discrimination. You cannot overprice the products that you sell, because they have like the mechanism of demand and supply of the market on the web. And also for the intense competition happens because there was the incline of intermediary or middle person. Transaction costs were lower as well, and also price cover cost of production plus a fair market rate as well. And for unfair competitive advantages would be reduced at that period of time, because many organizations or many companies, including many consumers, try to start using the internet as the resource in order to sell the products and buy the product as well. Next on for the entrepreneurs for real world, because the market space, e-commerce market space represented access of millions of consumers who use internet, and also set of marketing technology, communication technology like emails and web pages. It was inexpensive when you compare with other media like TV or newspaper at that period of time, and it's also powerful as well. And the companies can have like better segmentation of their customers, targeting and positioning directly to their prospective group of their consumers. And first movie get the profits, and inhibit competitors or new entrants to build switching costs, because the cost will be fair among the competitors in the market. And also it creates network effect, so that you can get like just the advantage from or value from the fact that everyone use same tools or product to buy or to sell. And also emphasis was on disrupting traditional distribution channels, and disintermediating existing channels, using new pure online companies to aim to achieve impregnable first mover advantage. In terms of consumer, search cost is lower, price and event cost would be increasingly transparent, while the distributor and wholesaler นะครับ the third person นะครับ or this intermediaries is reduced นะครับ so this one is called as disintermediation นะครับ okay so and then I ended this slide that okay the price นะครับ of the product from the manufacturer to the customer was cheaper because we try to reduce the intermediary like distributor or retailer นะครับ in this example the price per sweater can be reduced from 48.50 down to 20.45 if the manufacturer can eliminate the third person นะครับ that are distributor and retailer. Okay. Now, when we talk about the 95 to 90 to 2000 invention นะครับ after year 2000 นะครับ we had the consolidation นะครับ apart from invention now it becomes a consolidation in this one นะครับ this period of time was the emphasis on business driven approach at the beginning of year 2001 นะครับ large traditional firms they realized how to use the web to strengthen their market position for example some companies นะครับ that were monopoly นะครับ that were monopolies they realized that actually on the internet นะครับ if you can set up the e-business on the internet you also just like exist นะครับ in the internet world as well it might not be the monopoly anymore something like that so it's the business driven approach นะครับ next traditional large firm expand presence for the presence นะครับ that is physically in the real world นะครับ traditional large firm they try to expand their presence to be in the online presence as well for example in the past we didn't hear about some companies or some banks before for example if we talk about like HSBC like Hong Kong and Shanghai bank นะครับ before year 2000 we haven't heard it it was in China only they try to just like expand นะครับ their presence that okay they นะครับ exist in this world not just in China and Hong Kong นะครับ so other countries can have this bank as well so then we know this bank we know their recognition and then when they just like come to open the branch in Thailand ครับ or in your country you dare to just like do the banking transaction with them something like that this is to expand their presence apart from that one startup financing shrinks นะครับ financing shrinks so that means in the past instead of just like for example if you would like to buy the products or services online นะครับ sorry before the online the offline ones then you may need to just like contact the banks you may need to just like have some credits and then to just like try to just make the companies นะครับ to be just like run with the bank within the same country only but this one นะครับ for the financing way นะครับ we have just like various ways in order to do that you can use credit card from different countries you can also have the customer from different countries as well you can also use the internet transaction in order to exchange the money or to transfer the money to different countries นะครับ apart from that one นะครับ there is more complex product and services so such as travel and financial services before year 2000 นะครับ if we are talking about travel agency the website for travel agency was to promote นะครับ their company only but when the customer would like to buy products นะครับ for example airline tickets or they would like to buy a tour นะครับ for specific places for example if you want to buy a one-day tour in Bangkok let's say in the past customer had to just like fly to Bangkok first before they can buy this tour นะครับ but when we have the internet นะครับ the e-commerce like this นะครับ the travel I mean like for the airline tickets including the tour นะครับ you can buy it online and you can also customize it as well นะครับ some of the companies provide you to customize this kind of package. For example, apart from buying the airline tickets นะครับ you can also book for the tour for the one-day trip นะครับ after you fly or after you arrive. For example, if you fly to Bangkok นะครับ and you would like to buy an elephant tour นะครับ in Kanchanaburi นะครับ you may say that okay, when you just like arrive Bangkok, you would like to book a car first นะครับ you want to rent a car and you want to reserve for the room นะครับ for the accommodation for 2 days in Bangkok before you drive to Kanchanaburi นะครับ take a rest there and also just like have the elephant tour as well, elephant riding tour, let's say. You can just like book many things ahead นะครับ that is a bit more complex นะครับ that in the past we couldn't do that นะครับ and also at that period of time นะครับ there was a growth of search engine advertising นะครับ so users can do the queries as they want นะครับ to see apart from just like the text as their result, search result. They start having the rich media, videos, ads, and also behavioral targeting of marketing messages based on ad networks and auction markets นะครับ that the search engine collaborate with those websites นะครับ or with those e-business. Business web presence expand, included website, email, display, and search engine campaigns นะครับ multiple websites for each products and the building of some limited community feedback facilities นะครับ so at that period of time นะครับ it's the form of the business web presence. They try to have like lots of things that are just like that help or that promote or encourage their end customer in order to communicate or see the presence of that business นะครับ so when we pass that period นะครับ after the 2006 ครับ it's a time for the reinvention because we found that there were some like disadvantage or some of the pain point during 2000 to 2006. So this period of time นะครับ until now it is a reinvention. E-commerce has been transformed by the rapid growth of the first one, Web 2.0, and now it becomes Web 3.0 as well. That you can just like use AI นะครับ on the web in order to help making your products and services to be more interesting and be attracted by the users or customer นะครับ For Web 2.0, this is like enable users นะครับ generated content such as online social networks, blogs, video and photo sharing sites and wikis นะครับ when users can share their opinion, can share their review of the product and services นะครับ by using the technology of Web 2.0. It's also the widespread adoption of mobile devices นะครับ like a smartphone or tablet นะครับ for just like using those kind of e-commerce platform or websites. In the past, it was just like using the mobile phone นะครับ or tablet in order to just like see the information of that website, those e-business or e-commerce on the website through web browser only. But when the time goes by นะครับ for the adoption of mobile devices, it's the time for us นะครับ the computer scientists in order to just develop the applications on the mobile so that we can just like let the customer in order to access our e-commerce directly through our application นะครับ because sometimes some of the applications we need the customer to just like do some payments and we need the security. So by having or by using the web browser, we may not be able to control the security enough. So that's why normally the e-business นะครับ apart from just like the informative website or informative e-business, the business that you really have the business transaction to buy or to sell the products, to receive or to pay the money, that comes with just like the application that we can control the security better than just like the website through the web browser. So apart from that one, it's a time to expand the e-commerce to include local goods and services. So that means, for example, right now, if you have a look on this period of time when you have to work from home or stay home most of the time, and you would like to order some food, instead of just like driving a car to grab that food, that food that you would like to have. For example, you have class right now and you would like to order some lunch. Instead of just like leave the computer to be on like this, and then you just like drive to the restaurant, you don't need to do so, because you can use like the applications. For example, you may use Line Man, or you may use Food Panda and so on, in order to order place an order for your lunch, and then it just like scan through the restaurants nearby your place first by using the GPS, and then you can just like order from those restaurants, or even the supermarket as well, the supermarket around you, you can also order the products from the supermarket and let them deliver to your place, or you may say that I want to order some products from supermarket and I want to grab it by myself. For example, if you say that you live around Salaya and you would like to buy the products from Foodland, you can order from Foodland website, Foodland supermarket, I mean, and then you can just like choose the options that you would like to grab that order by yourself at the Foodland branch, because you don't want to waste the time for shopping. You just like you drive it back to Salaya within 2 hours, and then you just like want to stop in the supermarket just at most not more than 10 minutes, because you still like have to just be careful about like walking in the shopping center, something like that. So that's why you can just like use these technologies for providing local goods and services. And also the emergence of on-demand service economy that enabled by millions of apps on mobile device and cloud computing. For example, if you would like to just like use AIS Play, AIS Play or Netflix, something like that, you just like paid on demand as well. So that means in the past, we didn't have this kind of on demand. If you want to watch the movie from this program, you have to watch everything. I mean, like you have to pay for everything. Doesn't matter whether you watch it or not. So, but right now the thing is changed. You can choose whatever you want to watch. Sometimes you say that, okay, you want to watch some movies, but you don't want to go to the cinema. You can just like choose the new movies from these streaming services instead. And hang on. Let me just change the color of the text first, just a little bit. And the next thing, is that the entertainment content develops as source of revenues. Like I told you, for Netflix, from Apple TV, something like that, or from YouTube as well. Okay, that is the source of revenues. The next one is transformation of marketing, because you can see that at this period of time, since 2007, it started having the increasing of the use of social medias, or social networks, word of mouth, viral marketing, and much more powerful data repositories, and also analytic tools for truly personal marketing. So that means you can also just like use the search engine optimizers or SEO in order to analyze the pattern of your prospective customers to boost up the sales as well. These are just like the transformation of marketing. So in here, you can see that okay, this is the development of e-commerce. The time was separated into 3 periods. Before 2000 is the invention period, and then we have like consolidation period, and then reinvention period after 2007. So you can see that, okay, let's see the graph first. The retail is increasing, and also service, the services start increasing as well, and for the content starting from 2010 is increasing, and right now I guess that it is like a lot increasing than just this kind of this curve of the chart. And then you can see that, okay, for the reinvention, because we have social network, mobile and local, that's why it promotes apart from retail, but services and content to be increasing a lot as well. Okay, so after that, we talk about digital goods. For the digital goods, they are goods or products that can be delivered over a digital network. We will talk about like this kind of products next on when we reach the part of the digital goods. Cost of producing first unit is almost the entire cost of the product, because after that you can copy and paste when you have the first unit already, or you just put it in the server and let your customer to just like share or to view or stream those products into their computer. Cost of delivery over the internet are very low, because these digital goods you just use the internet in order to download or to stream those kind of data only. That's why the cost of delivery is like very low when you compare with the physical postal. You have to, for example, if you have the bottle of herbal drink, let's say, and you have to deliver that herbal drink to your customers around the country. For example, if you just mix that herbal drink in order to promote the healthier breathing, and then you just put it with the milk, that is the physical goods. You can see that, okay, if you deliver over than 3 days and then it arrives your customer's house, it will be rotten, right? For example, because of milk. Compare with the digital goods, customer can download whenever they want. So that's why the cost of delivery is very low. Next, marketing costs remain the same, because I mean, like you have to just like do the marketing over different channels. That's why it's still the same. Pricing highly variable. Depends on the platform you want to promote, depends on the group of people you want to promote. But it's just like change its way to promote or to do the marketing. For example, in the past, I remember that, okay, if you would like to, this information was more than 20 years already. In Thailand, there were like a couple of like big newspaper. They call as Thai Rat and Daily News. In the past, these newspaper were like the Thai local newspaper. Okay, if you would like to advertise, full page of Thai Rat, in color, Thai Rat newspaper, more than 20 years already, you had to pay 600,000 baht per 1 day, per one advertisement, for the full page in color. If half page, they may say that, okay, it's 400,000 baht in color. So you can see that right now, not many people read newspaper, but you have to spend those amount of money in other sources instead. For example, for the product advertisement, you may advertise on YouTube, Also, you may advertise them on just like some what to say, the movie platform like Line TV, like VTV, something like that. Apart from that one, you may have to spend the money in order to promote in Facebook, on Google as wellนะครับ. So that's why I say that okay, the marketing costs remain the sameนะครับ. It's not cheaper. And the industries with digital goods are undergoing revolutionary changes like publishers, record label, something like that. Okay, because I mean, like for the digital goods like the music, instead of just like buying the physical media like music CD or DVD or Blu-ray disc, right now they become like the digital tracks that customer can purchase it online. But anyway, for the changes, the media that the customer would like to buy is not just the voice anymore. They may just like want to have some videos as well, and the quality of the video is changing according to the internet capability in also for their hardware as well. For example, 4 or 5 years ago, there were like 10 years ago, they had HD, full HD TV, or full HD screen. And when the time goes by, we start having 4K, and right now we have QLED or 8K already, something like that. So that's why the music or the movies that the customer would like to have must have like clearer picture, something like that. I remember that, okay, more than 10 years ago, I bought the original DVD from Australia about like the music band, the music band that I like to in this one like this. Okay, let me just show you example. This one. I didn't watch this DVD for a long time. It was a concert. And when I just like watch it, when I watched it last week, I watched it last week. I just used my TV, but I think my TV is not just the latest one, it's just a 4K only. It seems like the quality of this DVD was not good. When I watch, I see lots of just like I mean, the picture is not quite clear, even though it is the original DVD, not the pirate ones. So that's why you can see that the digital goods like this are like on the revolutionary changes. So after this, when I bought this one and when I watched this DVD and I found that the quality was not good, then I just like switched to watch on YouTube instead, the same music, the same concert. Even though it was free on YouTube, but the quality is a lot better than the one from the DVD that I purchased before. That's why these are revolutionary changes. And for on YouTube, it's posted by the company that produce that is just like the owner of this band, and also they post it for free. You can see that this one, the structure, the price structure to sell the products or services of like the same artist must be rethink. So that means if you say that you want to sell the products like DVD or Blu-ray in very expensive price, people will not buy it anymore because of what? If I want to watch this DVD from this band and it is on Blu-ray, my Blu-ray player is broken long time ago and I didn't fix it because I think that I don't use it. When I have to watch anything right now, I watch it from the digital format instead. That can be streaming instead of buying the physical media, because you can see that right now. If we just like think about like ourselves, many of us live in condos or in small rooms. Many of us move our place many times. For example, let's think about yourself. When you were in year one, when you were freshman, you said that you stay home. When you were in year 2 นะครับ or second year, you said that you stay in the dorm นะครับ after that it was COVID period, you moved back home. If you say that, okay, while you were in the dorm นะครับ or in the apartment, you purchase many books or many DVDs a lot. When you have to just like move to another place or move back to your house, it wastes a lot of time to pack up the stuff, right? For me, in the past, I remember when I start teaching at MUSC long time ago, around like year 2004, 2005 at that time, I bought a lot of books นะครับ It was in my old office นะครับ My old office was on second floor, and after that we moved up to 5th floor. I had to just like pack my books like 4 or 5 very big box นะครับ and when I moved to the new office, I don't have the cabinet. I didn't have the cabinet at the first time. Where could I store my books? No, there was no place. I had to bring it back home for those books. So what happened was it got a lot of termites. Then I had to throw those books away. This is a problem. And apart from that, most of the books that I purchased was the technology book. Okay, for programming, I can still use some of them. But for the technology book, I had to throw them away because it's like out of date already. So that's why right now I use just like the ebooks instead. I can read on my computer screen or on my iPad. And I don't need to store it or keep it in the physical shelf at home. So that means if I have to use to a new place, I just carry my iPad. And apart from that one, I don't have to store it on my iPad physically. I store it on the cloud. So that's why these industries, they are revolutionary change for their medias that they have. And also apart from the media, the storage is about the quality as well.